What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the IWN YouTube channel for some more NXT. This is your NXT May the 5th, 2026 watch along and results. If y'all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for all notifications. We'll be live for Evolve tomorrow. We got Jaida Parker versus Kali Armstrong starting off NXT Season 20, Episode 18. It's on the screen right now. I'm already looking. Feliz Cinco De Mayo to all my Hispanic male and female friends. To all my partially and fully Hispanic friends out there. To all the people that's born and raised in the country. Whether you're Afro-Mexico or Afro-Latino. And I hope everybody's enjoying their evening tonight. We got Jaida Parker and Kali Armstrong tearing each other apart, man, in this match to kick off NXT tonight. Jaida Parker talking trash to Kali Armstrong. Boy, they started this show off quick tonight. Oh. We got Armstrong taking advantage of this match between Jaida Parker and Armstrong herself. Jaida Parker putting the beating to Kali Armstrong outside the ring. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you do. Share the stream. Let everybody know I'm live for NXT Season 20, Episode 18. We got this match going on commercial break already, and the show just started. That's how they usually do it. So it's on a split screen commercial break. So, of course, I'm live commentating, giving y'all my live reactions. Kali Armstrong just punched Jaida Parker in her torso. And let's see what we got. All right, another punch by Kali Armstrong and Jaida Parker. They just throwing punches at each other. Almost like they hate each other. Left and right, left and right. That's all we've been seeing from these two. And beat each other down. Oh. I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna have to fix mine. No, that's not the way I want it. Where is the setting thing for this? I can't find the setting thing for this. Where is it? Damn it, that's not the one. Forget about it. I need to try to shorten the darn screen. That's what I'm trying to do, shorten the screen. Oh well. I tried, man. I tried to find it. We didn't get much audience in here tonight, I see. I guess everybody wasn't aware that I was going live for NXT, and I don't think anybody, I don't want to say that anybody didn't care, but I mean, that seemed to be the case. I don't want to say nobody cared. I don't want to say that. It's great to be back, man. I didn't have enough money to re-subscribe to Netflix yesterday, but I did watch the video clips, the Monday Night Raw Backlash Go Home show on WWE's YouTube channel. Another solid show coming out of Monday Night Raw. We're going to go over Raw first, and then we'll go over the NXT results, go over my overall thoughts and grade on NXT Season 20, Episode 18. But we'll go over the Monday Night Raw Backlash Go Home show first, and then go over that. And we're going to go over the news. I was right about Evil. I was remember, I put out a tweet that Regine is Evil's name. And that would be true. We're going to talk about that later on. We're going to go over the news about the pay cuts and everything coming from WWE. Talent was asked to do this and do that. We're going to go over that as well. We got so much to go over tonight. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, man. We should be getting likes on the stream already. This is not the one I should be clicking on. This is the one right here. There it is. There you go. Much better. Uh-oh. Wow. A knee to the head of Jaida Parker by Kali Armstrong. Kali Armstrong smiling now because she know what she doing right. She know what she doing is just right. Oops. I pushed the wrong button. I meant to do that. Tony it kicked off. NXT started off really with Tony D'Angelo beating up Tavion Heights from last week because Tavion Heights was the one that put Tony D'Angelo down. Then you had Will doing that insult to Tony, adding insult to injury, and an already injured Tony D'Angelo on last week's NXT. Jaida Parker. I said this was going to be match highlight of the night. I mean, it's kind of proven to be that, but not that much. I'm talking like mid-average C+ or like solid B-. So far. It's still not a bad match. This match earlier in the match, if y'all didn't watch, Kali Armstrong left and to the elbows to the back of Jaida Parker. Jaida Parker looks like she's about to do a power slam or a power bomb. I don't know. Oh. Power slam to Jaida Parker. Strong. Yeah, it's looking like it's about to be over. And Kali Armstrong beats Jaida Parker. That's 5 straight victories for Kali Armstrong tonight, folks. 5 straight victories, man. We're live on portrait mode on restreaming YouTube tonight, not landscape mode. We were live in the landscape mode last week. Usually when I'm live in portrait mode, I usually get YouTubers commenting in the live chat, but that wasn't the case for tonight. So yeah, not a bad match between Kali Armstrong and Jaida Parker. Still match highlight of the night in my book. I don't give a fuck what anybody in the internet wrestling community has to say about it. I'm talking about in terms of negativity. I don't care. I said it was going to be match highlight the night, and that's exactly what it kind of ended up being. NXT's on commercial break. Cut on for a little while. Okay. Now, Cinco De Mayo commemorates the Hispanic Army's unlikely victory over the French forces at the Battle of Puebla in May 5th, 62. To those of you that don't know the core definition, it's not just a party, it's a celebration of resilience, courage, and the ability to overcome great odds. Now the historical context, the underdog story. In 1861, Mexico was in financial ruin and suspended foreign France, led by Napoleon III, used this as an excuse to invade and establish a monarchy in Mexico. Now the battle on May the 5th, 1862, I wasn't even born when this happened. Around 4,000 poorly equipped Mexican soldiers led by General faced a much better equipped French army of 6,500, 8,000 near the town of Puebla. Now, the Hispanics won a decisive victory, forcing the French to retreat. While not winning the overall war, it was a major morale booster for the Mexican unity. Now, as far as clearing up the misconceptions of what is not, it is not a Mexican Independence Day. It's the most common myth that Hispanic Independence Day is celebrated on September the 16th. It's Mexican Independence Day, it's the same thing though. But like, it's not a major holiday in Mexico, aside from the state of Puebla, where the battle took place. Cinco de Mayo is not a major national holiday in Mexico. Schools may close, but it is not a statutory federal holiday. Now, why it's popular in the United States? The holiday gained traction in the U.S. in the 1860s, particularly in California, as the Mexican Americans celebrated the victory as a symbol of resistance against operation. Cultural growth in the 1960s, 70s, it grew as a way to celebrate the Mexicano Americans' identity and pride. It became widely commercialized. Now, the modern day, it's a vibrant celebration of Mexican culture, food, music, and heritage, often involved music, dancing, and traditional foods like mole. That's what it is. The Mayo is all about, and that's what it is, basically. With birthright, Lexus King, Urine Con, Stacks, and Adriana Grace. I meant to turn my camera back on. Hey, I'm trying to turn my camera back on. What's going on here? There you go. Stream acting weird today, man. The button's on there. Now, it's not clear what Roberts or what Finley is showing them. What Finley get them to keep it secret. So my face is facing this way, but it's right in front of me. I guess no, this is not no man. I was thinking this was a vignette. He ain't even know they're a vignette. It's just a video package showing Evil's making his NXT debut by giving him the role. They should have made this match official this week. It should be booked for tonight. Me and tell me they're saving it for an NXT Premium Live event. Don't forget, Evil is a former IWGP champion. We got other YouTube content creators watching NXT tonight too. I see. EO33's live. He's connected to Puerto Rican reactions and all of them. Yeah, he's connected to Rico reactions and all them people that I know on YouTube. Bill probably he's live playing Madden football game. He's probably gonna be tuning in here in the live chat here in a few. Next we got Jasper Troy versus Jackson Drake. We got Jasper Troy coming out to his theme. I don't know if y'all can see, but I am wearing a red shirt and a white t-shirt underneath, you know, showing respect for Cinco de Mayo. You know what I mean? But there's something else I need to tell y'all too that I didn't tell y'all. I'm gonna explain to y'all why I said at least Cinco de Mayo to myself. I'm gonna explain it why. I'm gonna explain exactly why here in a minute. Wonder what everybody thought of Jaida Parker Armstrong online here. Hopefully. There's Jackson Drake, along with the NXT Tag Team Champions, Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. My eyes been doing different lately. I don't know what's going on. Oh, guess what's been announced for later on tonight? Tony D'Angelo versus Tavion Heights. Oh, and also the SmackDown viewership from last week sees no change, according to Ringside News. They just put this out. Not a surprise at all, given that the show was mid-average last week. So, given that it wasn't that good. I think it was more like very, very mid. That's what I think it was. That's what I really think it was for last week's SmackDown. Bulldoze the shit out of Jackson Drake and sends Jackson Drake out the ring. Jasper Troy is taking over, man. Jasper Troy can't let Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes distract him because now Jackson Drake just came off the top rope with a double knees. With a high flying double knees. Jackson Drake trying to chop the big man to size. Trying to keep Jasper Troy down. He had Jasper Troy in the corner. Now he's in the other corner of the ring. Drop kick to Jasper Troy in the corner. A little more like a high knee. Jackson Drake is rolling tonight so far in this match. knee drop to Jasper Troy's head and face. Another running drop kick to the corner to Jasper Troy by Jackson Drake. He is really, man, he is. Oh, shit, I took my darn stream off the screen on my phone by mistake. So, I said, after NXT goes off the air, I'm going to step away. When I come back, go over my overall thoughts and grade on the Monday Night Raw Backlash Go Home show, and then my overall thoughts and grade on NXT season 20, episode 18, and then go over the important news that I saw, including Evil's wrestling name for the NXT roster and the SmackDown viewership. We're actually going to go over the news on that as well. And plenty more news that I have for y'all tonight to listen to. Very important stuff here. Eyes. Oh, my eyes are trying to blind me or what? It's still shocking that the New Day were released from the company. I actually went over the news on that during my AAA watch along last week. No. Actually, I put the tweet out about it. I had forgot to go over the news on the releases on the AA watch along. But I did post on YouTube community tab and that Facebook news feed about it, about the releases. And I even posted my grade predictions going into tonight's episode of NXT. Got some likes on the posters on my other two accounts, not on my main one though. Which is fine. It's not a big deal. Try to share it to Facebook, to my other Facebook accounts. So we can get people from there, from my other Facebook account to tune in. And then share it on my group page if I haven't done it yet. I have to check. Jackson Drake's on the top rope. Oh, Jasper Troy is going for the choke slam. Choke slam to Jackson Drake and a splash. A senton. Senton splash. Jasper Troy. Brad Baylor, I think the best decision is to run. Oh, he didn't. Jasper Troy wasted no time on Brad Baylor. Throws Brad Baylor on the what the hell? What the? Bayley just picked up Jasper Troy and power slams Troy. Power slams him. The tall Bayley from LFG, she just helped Jasper Troy I mean, she just helped Jackson Drake win this match over Jasper Troy. Jackson Drake just beat Jasper Troy, all thanks to Bayley. Main roster Bayley. Wow. That's some human strength coming out of Bayley, man. The women's division better look out. If Bayley knows how to pick up a 300-pound Jasper Troy, imagine what she could do to those other women, including Kali Armstrong in the NXT Women's roster. NXT roster better be looking on their shoulder, man. I don't know why it's not letting me adjust the screen. I'm not understanding this. It don't have the thing on there no more like it used to. Nope, it sure don't. Damn. It don't even have the thing on there no more. They got rid of that. Yeah, they got rid of that thing. I don't know why they got rid of it. That button that we used to have to straighten out the screen and stuff. Damn it. Darn. Reach increase 128 quadrillion. 128 trillion. That's what it says. I didn't mean to say 100. Zaria is going to be appearing on NXT. I wonder who her next feud is going to be with. We'll find out. Because that's coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all are tuning in. Welcome, man, to the NXT season 20, episode 18. If you win, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And share the stream with everybody for this episode tonight. Giving y'all my commentary and live reacting. I haven't even done much live reacting, though, to be honest. To be real with y'all. Why did they want me to put in my password? All right. Fast food restaurants got some new food coming out. And why does it keep logging me out? Ugh. Tired of that. Damn. Getting on my nerves. We got 924 subscribers. We're back up to that number. We were down to 923 last week. And now we're back to 924 again. Oh, Lord. Where the world is everybody tonight? Where the world is everybody tonight, man? Okay. Oh, they're showing a video of Rhea Ripley, her rise to the main roster. Don't forget, we'll be live for Evolve tomorrow. So set your calendars. Oh, my eye, dude. Okay, so the reason why I said happy Cinco de Mayo to myself is because my ancestry shows 14% Mexican and my ancestry show 22% Native American and 8% Indigenous American. That's native blood that basically runs through Mexico. And I'm proud of that Monteo blood. I'm proud of that Monteo mix. I am. We got Zaria out. She's in the ring already. Can't wait to see. I'm interested to see what she has to say tonight. Now I'm going to tell y'all exactly what she said, so listen up. She says, NXT feels there's a those in the air right now. She said, honestly, for the first time, I'm standing in the middle of the ring with no one holding me back, she says. No debt weight, no best friend. Me, Zaria, she says. Alone. She said now she has a clear path. Uh-oh. Zaria is eyeing the North American Championship. You spend enough time around something like that, she says. Depending on hearing about it. Oh, here comes Tatum Paxton. She said, Zaria, I understand. My stomach is. I am hungry. My stomach is feeling hungry tonight. Stomach acting feel weird now. She said, Zaria, I understand that this title didn't just fracture your relationship with Soul, says Tatum Paxton. It completely shattered it. But that didn't have anything to do with me. Now, well, now we got, we got Lizzie Rain out. She said, Zaria, you're right. I dance with the devil, putting somebody in a casket for the title. Doesn't end with you. She said she don't mind having some heavy metal to that NXT North American title. Here come the Kali Armstrong. I will them any age of the NXT Women's North American Championship on Clinic. Oh, that's funny. It would be if we added heavy metal to heavy metal that this title. That's what Izzy Reigns is. So we got Izzy, Zaria, and Nikita Lyons, and the NXT North American Champion, Tatum Paxley, all in the ring together. Nikita Lyons said it was the town of Nikita Lyons or effects. Is the new shooting way over her head last week? But I've seen girls like you come and go, so go touch them. Grass, because wearing some grass nickel when you talk. Zaria, Lindsay, if anybody wants an opportunity for titles, me. So Nikita Lyons said. And Zaria is standing tall, holding Tatum Paxley's North American Championship and throws it right back to her. Or drops it right back to her, should I say. Oh, we got Norm Dar. Norm Dar back on NXT. Are you aware this is the new confirmed for like Spain or something, right? He goes wrestling for a people. That's exactly what we want to hear. Well, you guys are new, but you were native. We're also the champs. Hmm. Uh-oh. Look who's got what the? Oh no. Cam Hendricks is beating up Tony D'Angelo. They ain't even give Tony D'Angelo a chance, man. This NXT talent is not giving Tony D'Angelo a damn chance at all. Tony D'Angelo was about to come out, and Cam Hendricks jumped Tony D'Angelo from behind. What in the world are we doing, NXT, tonight? What are we doing tonight, man? What is all this interference shit we got going on? Don't get on. NXT's been a solid show so far. Like I said it would be. But what from behind is what I want to know. Does anybody have an explanation or answer as to why this happened? Please enlighten me. I love to know why. Get ready to tweet out my thoughts on everything that happened earlier. Jaida Parker versus Kaylani, or there, I'm about to say Kaylani. Jaida Parker versus Kali Armstrong and Jasper Troy versus Jackson Drake with the NXT Tag Team Champions, Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. So head over to Twitter X, man, if you want to see my overall thoughts and grade on both of those matches. Thanks. And we'll tweet out my overall thoughts and grade on the other matches in the other segments later. We got a Domino's commercial. So far, the best match of the night has been Jaida Parker versus Kali Armstrong, just like I told you guys. I told you guys that Jaida Parker versus Kali Armstrong would be highlight of the night, and I was fucking right. And it definitely deserves a solid B, and that's exactly what I'm giving it. I'm definitely giving Jackson Drake versus Jasper Troy a solid B minus, because that's exactly what this match felt like in terms of grade. It felt like a B, except it felt like a solid low B minus match. That's what it felt like when I watched it. Nobody expected Bayley to come out and put down Jasper Troy. And how the fuck are we supposed to know who she is when they don't give her a vignette? Yeah, she's from LFG, but give her a vignette. Same thing I said about Evil and Widow last week. Cam Hendricks and Tate Wilder and well, we got a vignette from Tristan Angels. Except for it looked more like a video package. More than a vignette. Damn. Well, Robert Stone said, never mind having Tony D'Angelo come out after getting attacked from behind by Cam Hendricks. Darn. Everybody targeting Tony D'Angelo tonight, man. Everybody in the men's division. Well, the heels anyway. And Iguana coming out to his team. They got the mixed tag team, the AAA mixed tag team champions, Lola Vice and Iguana. Here we go. The ego smile. Uh-oh. Here comes the coolings. Izzi Dame and Niko Vance. And guess who else is with them? Sean Spears. That's the cooling. Dane staring a whole Lola Vice. Sort of. like I said, solid B women's match between Jaida Armstrong and a solid low B minus match between Jackson Drake and Jasper Troy tonight. NXT, it's safe to say that NXT at least is starting off to a solid start. It has not been bad tonight. I just wish they would get this new talent from Evolve and from LFG vignettes so they can give them an opportunity to explain to the audience who they are and where they're from and where they came from and where they've wrestled in terms of other wrestling promotions. Let them tell their story, man, rather than have them come in and attack people from behind or hit a damn moonsault. You know what I'm saying? So we got Niko and Iguana in the ring. Niko is trying to bend the back of Iguana. Crossbody by Iguana. Spears tried to steal Iguana's animal, and he got drop kicked by Izzi Dame. Super kick to Izzi Dame by not by Lola Vice. Get my stuff mixed up here. Ooh. Lola Vice. Woo! Lola Vice hit her knee on the top turnbuckles, or the middle turnbuckle actually. Izzi Dame has Lola Vice in the corner, and she goes for a power slam to pin Lola Vice for the 1, 2, and she kicks out. Oh! Rolls Izzy up for the 1, 2. Izzy kicks out. Punch to the torso of Izzy. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh! Spinning kick by Lola Vice. And a Hurricane Rana by Iguana from AAA. AAA. Lucha Libre. And a dive. Ooh. Lola Vice and Iguana puts down Izzy and Vance to stand tall. In this match. It's on split screen commercial. Lola Vice is picking Izzy up and sends her back to the ring. Uh-oh. Lola getting distracted by Sean Spears and a big boot by Izzy to Lola Vice. Sends her head into the top turnbuckle. Sends it into the top turnbuckle again. She did it not once, but twice. And now Lola Vice is doing the same thing to Izzy. Oh. Lola stopped Izzy right in her tracks. Lola tagged Iguana and Izzy tags Niko Vance in. We got Iguana. Chops to Niko. Didn't phase him. Oh, headbutt to Iguana by Niko. Wow. Unbelievable. We got Niko still standing tall in this match. The Cooling's taking control momentarily. Uh-oh. What did FIFO put out? Did they put out the wrong information about the trademark name for Evil? Oh, Lord. Okay, I was still right. I thought I was wrong, man. I said, no, I do not want to be wrong about that trademark name for Evil. Oh, Jesus. Are you fucking serious, bro? Y'all got to blame their news, man. I'm telling you, they really do. People are saying that the Knox region name is not for Evil, but I know for a fact it is. It can't be for those two other Japanese wrestlers from the Japan Pro Wrestling. Can't be. Now people are saying FIFO got their news wrong. Is that even true? So Evil's new nickname is Naraku. Yeah, I was definitely wrong. So Evil is now known as Naraku, not Knox region. So maybe it's for Tanahashi. Maybe it's for Tanahashi then. Damn. I was thinking Knox region was for Evil, but it's not. Evil from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Only to find out the opposite. Oh, jeez. Oh, now Lola Vice is rolling. She's on fire. Lola got to stay. She got to stay on Izzy. Better stay on Izzy and not worry about Niko Vance. Oh, Lord. Now she giving it to Niko Vance now. You giving Izzy Dame too much time to give up, Lola. There you go. And Izzy kicks out, surprisingly. What is that black stuff in the ring? What is that? Oh! Oh no! Niko Vance just picked up the referee's hand when he was trying to do the 1-2 count. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Lola Vice kicked out. Uh-oh. Izzy is mad. Caught. Uh-oh. Iguana and Lola Vice applying double triangle holds. And Niko Vance just picked him up and Iguana just out the ring. Niko Vance just delivered a single hand power. Lola Vice better be paying attention. That might have cost her there. A high knee to Lola Vice. And that's it. Damn! Lola Vice and Iguana lost. Your NXT Women's Champion is not supposed to lose. Your NXT Women's Champion is not supposed to lose. What's wrong with these people, man? Do they not care what they doing? What the hell? Talking about some military side of stone we never seen. That commentary kills me, man. They got Hank the Tank out. So it's Hank the Tank versus Dark States, Shaquan, and Deion Lennox. How in the world are they going to get along in this tag match? Given that they have tensions between one another. They're starting to not really get along well. So Evil's name is Naraku. So Fightful did get their report wrong. They weren't lying because I seen it. The moment I saw the moment I saw the tweet from a Twitter X account showing Naraku debuts next week, I quickly realized that Fightful did get their report wrong. And I guess Evil likes the name. As long as they're going to push him to the moon, as long as they book him and not poorly book him on TV, he should be good. Why don't you do Naraku like you did Obafemi, like you guys are doing Obafemi on Monday Night Raw? Build him up to be this next monster, this next big guy. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Oh, by the way, Micah Lockwood's debut hit, even though they should have gave her a vignette. She's got that China vibe. Got that China vibe and stole the segment. Bro, what is going on with my eye, man? My left eye hurt. And my right eye hurt. Then my left eye hurt. Like it's twitching. What's going on here? Come on, y'all. Let's get these views up tonight, man. I don't know what y'all doing. You definitely need these views up when I go over the Monday Night Raw Backlash Go Home show at NXT. Oh. That sounds like a helicopter. One of my eyes is killing me. Here you go. In hand with a smile. Here you go. Uh-oh, Jaida Parker is mad that she lost. Yeah, she throwing stuff everywhere. Damn! Darn, Natalia just came straight up to Jaida Parker's face and said, I guess what they saying about Parker is true. That's what she said. That's what Natalia said that Jaida walked off. There's Dark State Suge and Deion Lennox, Cutler, and Osiris. What the? Okay, so if Cutler and Griffin is in the tag, why are they showing Shaquan and Deion Lennox on the screen beside Hank and Tank like they're in the tag match? What the fuck? How in the world they should have? If that was the case, they should have had Cutler and Griffin on the screen beside Hank and Tank. Should be Osiris Griffin, Cutler, and Hank and Tank tag team match. That's what should be shown on the screen, not Deion Lennox and Shaquan Hank and Tank tag team match. I noticed that shit. I was like, why in the world did they got them on the screen when they're not even in the tag match? On earth kind of sense does that make? Really? This was not a Robert. That was not a Robert Stone decision, man. I don't care what anybody says. That definitely wasn't a Robert Stone decision. That could be whoever's in charge of NXT decision. Whoever is actually in charge of NXT in terms of the writing, producing, and book and presentation. Clearly, Robert Stone is just the general manager of NXT. He's not the writer. He's not the NXT writer, producer, or. And I got some news on who the NXT writer is. We're going to go over that as well. I should have brought that up earlier. I found out who it is, who it actually is. Yeah. I mean, he's good and he's not good. He's not that good of a writer, and he's that good of a writer at the same time. He's good and not good of a writer. Because there has been weeks where NXT's mostly been mid-average shows. That's not the case for tonight's. Tonight's been a solid show. Up around so far. Women's division filled up. We got more debuts for NXT. We got this female talent named Unknown. She made her Performance Center NXT debut before NXT went on the air. She had her match. We got this argument between Deion Lennox and Shaquan. Tensions continue between these guys. It's going to reach a breaker point to where Deion Lennox is going to turn face or Shaquan turn face. One of these to leave Dark State and be a baby face. See you like it. Feel like you like. Oh man. We got a hang a tank rolling. They on fire. He just did a crossbody to both Cutler and Osiris. Be right back, y'all. Oh, we got power slam by Osiris to Tank. Who like it? Fighting back in the corner. Tank's fighting back in the corner. Hank tags in. Here comes Big Hank. There he is. And he's rolling too. Oh! Osiris is on the announce table courtesy of Hank. Hank delivered a pounce to Griffin. And Osiris breaks up the pin. Uh-oh. Ooh. Tank just sent Osiris Griffin out the ring. Backbreaker by Cutler to Tank. And we got Osiris. He's tagged, dude. Oh. And Hank breaks up the pin. Yeah, this could be it. This might be it for Hank and Tank. Oh, Tank kicks out. Mm. Oh, Griffin just sent himself out of the ring by mistake. Darn, he just threw him. Oh, there goes. Darn, they just caught Tank. And they just threw Tank onto Hank. Oh my god. Jeez, I know that's gotta hurt. And that's it. Dark State wins. Griffin and Osiris defeats Hank and Tank. Gotta wonder if Hank and Tank's gonna be called up to the main roster at some point, given that they are former NXT Tag Team Champions. Hmm. Damn, she said friendship or championship. Let's see which one you care about more. Got Cal Carver explaining himself, basically introducing himself again, telling people who he is and what he's there for. He's there for money, and he said he's got some people at home that he's got to take care of and feed. Well, it's main event time, folks. Main event time. Main event time. tweeted out my thoughts on Jaida Parker versus Kali Armstrong and Jackson Drake versus Jasper Troy. And the segment that went on between Zaria taking Paxton, and then you had Izzy Rain, and Nikita Lyons involved. What the hell? I don't know what the heck happened with the Wi-Fi, y'all, but I'm back. That was weird. That was very, very weird. Darn, I wish I would have been live for Raw last night. Damn it, I missed. Well, I didn't miss it. I watched the clips. I didn't miss it though. NXT's been a solid mid show so far. Solid in the first hour, mid in the second. So far, NXT has pretty much been I want to say, a solid B minus show. NXT was nowhere near a solid mid B show tonight. Definitely a solid B minus. I thought they would give us a solid B show, but nah. Instead, they gave us a solid low B minus show. They showing Shallow Hill talking in his video on Twitter X. Y'all want to hear more of the y'all want to hear more of my overall thoughts and grades on the Monday Night Raw Backlash Go Home show and and tonight's episode of NXT. Y'all rather hear that than hear me commenting and get my live reactions tonight. I mean, I can understand why. I get it. If y'all feel like NXT was a mid show tonight, just let me know and explain to me why. Explain to me why y'all thought NXT was a mid show tonight. Evil finally makes his debut next week. About freaking time. And we got this new side of Tavion Heights to look forward to tonight. It's probably going to lead to him losing. Because in the end, if he loses, that new side to him is all for nothing. Might as well say. Explain to me why. Heights in the ring waiting on Tony D'Angelo. This is the main event. This is a main event match. I think this is a non-title match. I'm pretty sure. Why is my stream loading? Why is it doing that, loading? Stream's been acting up tonight for some reason. Yeah, the second hour of the show just completely messed up the vibe of NXT tonight. The first hour was great. The first hour was solid. The second hour was mid. All we got the second hour was mid stuff after mid stuff after mid stuff. You know, it's not good when you get mid stuff on the show, man. It just pushes the audience away, man. I'm about to go see my mom's watching Netflix on that. That might be what's causing it right now. So we got Tony D'Angelo versus Tavion Heights happening right now in the main event. We got at least 86 minutes for NXT going off the air. That was a good move by Tony D'Angelo. I saw that as I came in. Oh. Tavion Heights kicks out from what Tony D'Angelo did to him. Tavion Heights speared Tony D'Angelo in the corner. Uh-oh. Ooh. Tavion proving that he can get himself to the top as well, to the top of the men's division. Tony D'Angelo stops Tavion Heights right in his tracks, pushes him right out the ring. Tavion Heights was going for a move on the top rope. Tony D'Angelo stopped him. Now it's on a split screen commercial. I don't know why my live stream keeps going back. What's going on here? Oh, Bluetooth. Bluetooth is on. No wonder. I had Bluetooth on. What the fuck? How in the world I end up having Bluetooth on? And I'm not even using earbuds. Oh! Tavion dodged and Tony D'Angelo sent himself out the ring and may have favorably injured his leg in the process. Because he is holding the shit out of his left leg. He went down hard. That was scary. Tavion Heights pins Tony D'Angelo and he kicks out. Tavion Heights putting the beat down on Tony D'Angelo, just trying to do what he can to keep him down. But he keeps kicking out. Every time he pins him, he keeps kicking out. NXT is back on from commercial. We only have 5 minutes before he goes off the air. It's 9:55. At this point, you might as well say it was a solid low B- show tonight. Uh-oh. Ooh. Tony D'Angelo punching Tavion Heights. There we go. Tavion Heights. Oh. 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 What is Tavion Heights about to? Wow. Tavion Heights is giving Tony D'Angelo one hell of a fight tonight. Not gonna lie. German suplex with a 1-2. Tony D'Angelo did something. This has not been a bad match between Tony D'Angelo and Tavion Heights. Got Tavion Heights and Tony D'Angelo throwing punches to one another. That one looked like a Superman punch, sort of. Boom. And spear to Tavion Heights by Tony D'Angelo. Oh, German suplex by Tavion Heights. What the heck? Oh, damn. Tony D'Angelo just hit Tavion Heights with a choke slam. For 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Miles Bourne dives up the top rope to Cameron Hendricks way before this match ended. Yeah, I think Tavion Heights should have been paying attention more to the match than watching Miles Bourne. Than watching Miles Bourne beat up Cam Hendricks. Uh-oh. Will just came out. Will Cruz just came out and just he came out and put Tony D'Angelo away again. So we had Will Cruz standing tall in NXT tonight. I don't want to say this show was boring tonight because it really wasn't, but I'm feeling bored. I don't know about y'all. I was feeling bored. Even though NXT was a solid low B- show, I was feeling kind of bored watching this tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna flat out be honest with y'all. I'm flat out being honest. Well, NXT went off the air, so it's gonna take a while before I come back. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we'll be going over the Monday Night Raw Backlash Go Home show. First, go over my overall thoughts and grade on that, and then go over my overall thoughts and grade on the NXT season 20, episode 18. The show that just went off the air just now. And then go over the news on the SmackDown viewership and what was the other one? Oh, the viewership and the pay cuts. Something about WWE and the pay cuts. We're gonna go over that as well. And plenty more, I'm sure. We'll be right back. I'll be back, y'all. It's gonna be a while. Yeah, I feel kind of bored. All right, everybody, I'm back. I appreciate those of y'all that were waiting patiently. Since NXT was a solid low B minus show tonight, we're going to go over my overall thoughts and grade on the Monday Night Raw Backlash Go Home show first, and then we'll go over my overall thoughts and grade on NXT Season 20, Episode 18. Monday Night Raw was a solid average B plus for the Monday Night Raw WWE Backlash Go Home show. Watched every WWE clip last night separately, and the grade holds up. I actually made a prediction that Monday Night Raw was going to be a solid average B plus. That's what it ended up being. Now, okay, so Seth Rollins kicked off Raw, set the tone for the night. Finn Balor versus JD McDonough was a clean opener. Both guys got time to work, and the Judgment Day story kept rolling. Penta and Javon Evans versus Ethan Page and Rusev was chaotic in the best way. It was good tag action with backlash implications. Io Sky Oscar segment was a solid B, but it would have been better if Kairi Sane was there. Just saying. Sol Ruka signing with Raw was a statement. She called Becky Lynch out, called her a big-headed bitch to face her, signed the contract, then hit the Soul Snatcher, stood tall. And honestly, y'all, that's how you debut on the main roster. This was a solid B plus moment right there from last night's Monday Night Raw Backlash Go Home show. Joe Henry versus Austin Theory was mid. Not that good of a match. Logan Paul cost the DQ. Street Profits made the save. Then Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker wiped everyone out. Not the main roster start Henry needed yet. Not a good main roster start for Joe Henry, man. I'm going to need them to do better with Joe Henry because Joe Henry deserves better on the main roster right now. Because right now they're not doing him any good. Obafemi's open challenge was a good A. Otis answered, got ragdolled, and ate a massive fall from Grace off the ropes. Short, dominant, exactly what Corey Graves said. Oba's becoming a phenomenon on Monday Night Raw. We probably should have got Sheamus instead because he's basically on the same level as Obafemi, but we got Otis, which he didn't do much of nothing because he got dominated. At least give us an Obafemi Sheamus feud or something, man, on Monday Night Raw. I mean, that'd be great. Obafemi versus Sheamus? Holy shit. Trios tag title match. Los Americanos versus OG El Grande Americano and the Creed Brothers was a solid B minus. Low B minus. Fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fun match. All six got their shine late. Rio's big splash nearly won it, but the OG put him away with the diving headbutt for the win. Honestly, real talk though, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This match should have been booked for AAA on Fox, episode number 16. And the card for that is La Catalina's debut and Pagano getting some answers. Psycho Clown or Psycho Circus getting some answers from Pagano on why he did what he did to his buddies. Well, yeah, that should have been booked. That six-man tag match should have been booked for AA on Fox instead of the Raw Go Home show. Main event contract signing between Roman Reigns and Jacob closed the show strong, solid B plus. Segment Roman sat at the head of the table, took exception to the disrespect, claimed bought he brought Jacob in by way of solo. Jacob reiterated his motivation, hit the Tongan death grip again, left OTC lane, and signed the contract to end Raw. WWE Backlash main event feels big now. This was a overall solid average B plus show. Roman and Jacob and Sol Ruka carried it. Oba delivered like always, some mid spots in the middle, but the go home show did what it needed to do last night. I predicted a B plus yesterday, or not yesterday, but the day before Monday Night Raw was set to air on Netflix, which it did last night. I predicted Sunday going into the Raw Backlash Go Home show that it would be a B plus, and the clips proved it right. Even watching everything separately, you could tell this was a booked solid show heading into Saturday. Now, let's turn our attention to going over my overall thoughts and grade on NXT Season 20, Episode 18. Let's talk about May the 5th, 2026 episode of the Silver Black brand. Gonna keep it a buck with y'all. This brand is giving us new faces, but they're also rushing stories every week, trying to sell must-see TV. It's less exciting, way more unconcentrated than it's supposed to be. The show kicked off with Tony D'Angelo jumping Tavion Heights backstage. Tony demanded the match. Stone made it the main event. And we got Kali Armstrong versus Jaida Parker. And I told y'all this was going to be the real match highlight of the night. And it was. And so was Tony D'Angelo versus Tavion Heights. It was hard hitting. The crowd was with Jaida. Kylie stole it with the eye rake and Kylie connection. Solid B women's match. Kylie is a monster physically, but she's playing it too safe. Not selling character yet. Jaida feels lost right now. This loss has to be the catalyst, or she's spinning wheels. Natty confronted her after. Didn't help. Now we got Jackson Drake with Vanity Project versus Jasper Troy. That was the match that came up next. This was a solid low B minus match. Troy's power is real, but his inexperience showed next to Drake, who bumped like crazy for him. Mika Lockwood body slamming Troy, setting up the 450 finish was the whole segment. She's got that China vibe, and she stole it. Vignette for Tristan Angels, too, I guess. And Zaria came out with that confident swagger, cut ties with Sol Ruka Energy, declared for the women's North American title. Tatum Paxley tried to talk. Then Lizzie Rain and Nikita Lyons jumped in, calling their shots. And Zaria laid out Lyons and Paxley to stand tall. This was a solid low B minus segment. Zaria opened and closed it, so she looks like the real threat. These constant interruption spots in NXT never let anyone talk. Rain and Lyons deserve better than 30 seconds of brawl. Just saying. Zaria and Norman Dar challenged Fanny Project for next week. Cam Hendricks jumped Tony D backstage. Stone pushed the mixed tag to hour 2. The Cooling versus Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana was the best action of the night. Not the realest highlight match of the night. Not the greatest, but it was a solid low B minus tag. You know, Iguana and Vice have great chemistry. That is true. And Vance is improving fast. He really is. You're gonna have to go back and watch some of Vance's matches. Because double hip attacks looked clean, but the booking was terrible. Not lying about that. No reason AAA World Mixed Tag Champs should eat a clean pin. Not even an NXT Women's Champion. An NXT Women's Champion should not be losing. Lola Vice and Iguana should have been the winners instead of Izzy and Vance. Because now you just dropped the ball on Lola Vice's reign as NXT Women's Champion, having her lose. Why would you have your NXT Women's Champion lose in a match like this? This makes no sense. WWE does this every time with every women's and men's champion. Every time. They do this all the time. I don't understand why they go with this crap. I just don't get it. What would have made more sense was to have your NXT Women's Champion, your AA Mixed Tag Team Champions win instead of losing. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it at that. Vice is the NXT Women's Champ, and she shouldn't be taking non-title losses this early. That is why I said what I said just a minute ago. Especially to Izzy, who's lost multiple big matches. You have got to start waking in AAA titles for NXT stores. You really do. Seriously. They got to cut the crap with that. Dark State beats Hank and Tank. Mixed C-Tag, flat match that relied on Hank and Tank's explosiveness to get any crowd heat when they really got none. Let's be honest. All the Lennox and Sugar's drama is killing Cutler and Osiris in the ring. They got the win with the assisted spin-out powerbomb, but nobody looked like a real threat. That's the bad part. That group needs to get back on track or break up. Then you had backstage Lola Vice getting confronted by Kaylani Jordan and Kendall Gray. Emily interviewing Hanu Carver. He said he's here for the money to feed his family. If wrestling doesn't work, something else will. That was real. Hanu made the most of pre-tape time. So then you got the main event, Tony D'Angelo versus Tavion Heights. Solid mid-B match to close out the show. You had Mason Rook. He's not Will Cross anymore. He's Mason Rook. The name is fitting for him, honestly. It really is. It's not a bad name for him. Not a bad ring name at all. I think it fits him well, to be honest. This guy is going to take over NXT by storm. He's going to take over NXT like Obafemi took over NXT. I think they're going to have evil do what Obafemi does, but I don't think he is going to be the next big man. I really just don't think he is. I think Will Cruz will be the next big man in NXT, if anything. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got everything a big man should have. Tavion got a great spotlight early with the frog splash near fall. Tony threw him around late. Forget about it. Got a near fall. Hendricks and Miles Bourne got involved again. This interference of shit has got to stop for real. That's just like that match with Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Without interference, I would have graded it a B+. But no, they went with the interference anyway. So Tony D'Angelo hit the dead to rights to Tavion Heights for the win. Tony needed a clear victory with Mason, Rook, and Naraku coming for him. Then Will Cruz laid down both guys after the bell and announced he's now Mason Rook. Big, bad, body slam, your dad. Second week was better. He actually felt like a threat. Problem is, he's just one of many guys attacking Tony D'Angelo right now. Finley and William Ringle chewing out Birthright was needed. Shallow Hill still feels foundational. The Vanity Project feels like foundational stars on this new look roster. And Naraku and Lizzie Reigns still present strong. Tristan Angels and Cameron Carver made the most of the pre-tape time. I think Cameron Carver made more of the most pre-tape time than Tristan Angels did, let's be honest. So the matches were mostly forgettable with rough booking. Especially in a women's division that has way more established stars that could be highlighted. Jaida Parker, Kalani, Kendall, Natty, Lola are all there. Used them. Well, I don't know about Natty doesn't even need to be on the NXT women's roster. Really. I'm going to flat out say Jaida, Kalani, Kendall, Kali Armstrong, and Lola. They're all there. Used them. NXT doesn't need Natty. They don't. Next week needs to slow down. Let Angelo, Vice, and Tatum Paxley and Miles Bourne stay in the back and let a new crop sell themselves to the NXT faithful. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do at the moment. The men's and women's division healed up, man. Now, outside of Kylie versus Jaida, and Iguana and Vice, Zaria segment, and Drake versus Troy carried the show. Rest of the stuff tonight was mid-average C+. This show was overall a solid low B- show. Way too unfocused, too many moving parts, not enough payoff. That's it. Ups and downs coming out of NXT, season 20, episode 18. Mason Rook. Week 2 was a jump from last week. He finally feels like a threat instead of just another guy. And if they keep building him like this, he's got something. And then you got Micah Lockwood. Instant star energy with Vanity Project. And like I said, the China vibes are real, and she's already the most interesting part of that group. And then you got Zaria as another up. She cut ties with Sol Ruka, declaring for the North American title, stacked bodies to the end the segment. And she looked like a star and didn't need 10 minutes of talking to do it. Clearest challenger to Paxley right now. Kendall Carver, another up. His interview was real. I already went over what he said. Cannon Carver's a future player if NXT lets him cook. That's all I'm going to say about that. And even in loss, Lola Vice and Iguana were the best in-ring part of the show. Fast, fun, double attacks, pumped. Iguana is over with the crown, and Vice is still a draw despite the bad booking. Now the downs. Main event overbooked. D'Angelo versus Hype should have been clean. Cam getting in everything is hurting both title pictures. Tony as Rook and Naraku coming. He needs to look strong, not get saved by interference. The AA champs losing clean. Lola Vice pinning to Izzy makes 0 sense. Vice is NXT Women's Champion and AA mixed tag champ. Stop sacrificing her and Iguana to build NXT stories. Protect your champions. There's no reason why Izzy should be pinning Lola Vice to win. It should have been Lola Vice and Iguana winning that match, like I said earlier. Dark State drama. Look, we already talked about that too. We already said it's flat, but it's bleeding into matches. And let's be honest, Cutler and Osiris had nothing to work with against Hank and Tank. Win or break up the group. That's the last time I'm going to say that. The interruption segment was another down. The segment with Zaria, Lizzie, Nikita Lyons, and Tatum Paxley, the North American Women's Champion. The women's division booking. Too many established stars doing nothing. You got to build stories, not just random athletic spots with no follow-up. Now let's go ahead and set the record straight. Going into NXT Season 20, Episode 19, next Tuesday to close out this watch-along for tonight. All right, watch-along crew. Before we close out this Cinco de Mayo NXT stream, before we close out this Cinco de Mayo NXT watch-along for NXT Season 20, Episode 19, watch-along and results, here's what needs to fix heading into episode 19 next Tuesday night. Because, look, we talked about the writing, the booking, and creative. It still needs improvement and change, in my opinion. Okay. Like I said, for next week, we've got Kendall Gray versus Jordan. Noam Dar versus Drake. Naraku debut. And Birthright versus Tate Wilder, Shawn Legacy, and EK Prosper. I mean, the card can go only if NXT actually changes how they're booking the show. And how they're writing the show. That part, too. Gotta stop hot-shotting every segment. We do not need 5 run-ins, 3 backstage attacks, and 2 post-match beatdowns every Tuesday to feel chaotic. That's not chaos. That's lazy booking. Let matches breathe. Let Kendall and Kaylani wrestle 10 minutes and tell a real story. Kaylani has been in NXT too long to keep doing 50-50 openers that go absolutely no fucking where. Give her a real run or move her up. Kendall Gray is too good to be forgotten in catering. Make this match matter. Noam Dar versus Drake should be smooth. Dar is a vet. Drake can bump and sell. But do not let Vanity Project turn it into another 4-on-1. Mika Lockwood is over. She doesn't need to be out there every single time. If Drake is taking a loss, let him look strong doing it. Noam needs a clean win to reestablish himself too. Naraku debuting is big. Please, For the love of God, do not waste him in a 2-minute distraction finish or a run in for somebody else. We need to see what he is. We also need to see who he is, too. We also still need a vignette from him. So we need to get a vignette from him first, at least, before his in-ring debut match. He's been presented strong, and keep it that way. Same with Birthright versus Wilder, Legacy, and Prosper. Birthright just got chewed out by Ringo and Finley, of course. When they get chewed out by Ringo and Finley, obviously that should tell you to let them get a clean win and show some fire. You got to stop making every new team look weak in 1 week. If you debut or get a spotlight, you should look strong. And I'm going to say it again. Get Cam Hendricks out of every title picture until he earns it. He's in D'Angelo's business. And now he's in the North American scene too. He's done nothing to stand out. Mason Rook is right there. Naraku is right there. Lizzie Rain is right there. Or in terms of the NXT Women's North American title scene and title picture. I'm talking about that segment she was in with Akita Lyons and Zaria and Tatum Paxley. Use guys with presence and stories. The writing needs to slow down. The booking needs to protect champs like Lola Vice and Tony D'Angelo. Creative needs to remember NXT is supposed to develop stars, not just throw 20 people at the wall and see what sticks. Next Tuesday, I want intention. I want stories. I want wins that matter. If NXT can do that, Season 20, Episode 19 could be the reset we need. If not, we're getting another unfocused hour. We don't need that. We do not need that for next week's NXT. Now, I'm going to be live on Restreaming YouTube for NXT Season 20, Episode 19 next Tuesday night. And at the same time, of course, in the same place, before NXT hits the CW at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure y'all pull up to the watch along, please. Please, we need more audience. I expect a better audience next week, man, for NXT. Seriously. Because I'm tired of these dead audience. Time you go live, you get like 2, 3, 4 people, man. We need more than 2, 3, 4 people to tune in. That's why I tell y'all to keep sharing the streams, to invite people to join, to tune in. I share the streams almost every week. I share my watch alongs every week, enough as it is now, for Raw, NXT, and Evolve, and SmackDown, and AAA, and the WWE Premium Live events. Backlash is this Saturday. Will I make it to Backlash? I'm going to let y'all decide that. It's going to be a surprise, though. Don't be surprised if I do. Some of y'all might get surprised anyway. But yes, pull up to the watch along, man, next Tuesday. Now, we're calling it like we see it, or I'm calling it like I see it every week. And I'm sure y'all call it like I'll see it every week from listening to me. Well, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Before we get out of here, man, we got some news to y'all thought I was gonna forget. No, I didn't forget. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man, through this review. We got some news to go over before we get out of here. I obviously wasn't gonna forget that. It just came in my mind. Put a little bit of, put some background music on. I can have it turned down where y'all can hear me. So we need to go over the rules on SmackDown viewership because, yeah, SmackDown hasn't been doing too good lately. It's the same reason for NXT. The creative writing and booking needs to change. I mean, it's that simple. It's not hard to say that. Dude, SmackDown last Friday averaged one. Wait a minute, what is? They averaged a lot of viewers, but the show is still dry. Okay. I think I'm gonna need a robot to help me out with this number. I'm serious. I mean, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of views for a mid SmackDown show. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna need help with that part because I don't know. Like, so SmackDown average 1,153,000 views. Yeah. That tells you right there that Cody Rhodes as champion as babyface is definitely putting SmackDown down. Yeah, the title needs to go on somebody else. This is awful numbers for SmackDown. Even though Raw is doing better than SmackDown, it doesn't make a difference. The viewer numbers are awful. This is bad viewer numbers. That is insane. That is insane. Years ago, I seen that anything below 2 million was bad, but holy shit, this was really bad. Oh my goodness. Oh man, SmackDown gotta do better, man. They really do. Good thing I wasn't live for SmackDown. Holy shit, man, I would have been bored. I would have been sleeping the entire watch along. I really would have been. All right. Let's go over the news on the SmackDown viewership, seeing no change. Now, this is according to Dave Meltzer. Yeah. I think that is the wrong viewership number that Dave Meltzer gave out, because I just gave out the actual viewer number. I actually gave out the actual one. So I think Dave Meltzer put out the wrong average viewer number, because the actual viewer number was 1,153,000. But we're still going to go over it anyway. even though I don't believe this report from Dave Meltzer. It said that WWE SmackDown on May the 1st, 2026, 267,000 viewers on USA Network. With a 0.25 rating in the key P1849 demographic. For comparison, the April the 24th, 2026 episode drew 1,267,000 viewers with a 0.32 rating in the key P1849 demographic, down by 0.07 in the demo. Compared to the same week in 2025, SmackDown drew 1,406,000 viewers and a 0.37 demo rating on May 2nd, 2025 versus 1,267,000 viewers. It had a 0.25 demo rating on May 1st, 2026. This is according to Dave Meltzer now. That represents a year-over-year change of minus 9.9% in viewership and minus 32.4% in the demo. Yikes! I ain't doing good, dude. They're really not. Monday Night Raw ranks number 6 globally on Netflix. Saw something about that. Let's go over the news on the real reason TKO was asking WWE talent to take pay cuts reviewed. Not that interesting, but just thought something y'all might want to know. I know y'all are WWE fans, so yeah, I am too. So, all came down to versus pay. Fuck. Reports confirmed that multiple talents have already accepted reduced deals under TKO Group Holdings. A new report from Brian Alvarez lays out exactly how aggressive those changes are and why the company believes they make sense. Speaking to Wrestling Observer Live, Brian reviewed that WWE is targeting major restructures, not minor adjustments. They want a 50% restructuring of these deals, according to Alvarez. TKO's agreement is rooted in how different the job looks today compared to when many of those contracts were originally signed, especially during heavier touring schedules. He said, and I quote, "Their justification is things are very different now than when you signed this deal. Like, yes, we are asking you to take less money, but their argument is you are doing significantly less now." End quote. He went deeper into what that actually means from the company's point of view, pointing to the reduced travel and in-ring workload that came with WWE's evolving business. He went on to continue to say, "You're not doing 4-hour shows a week. You're not on the road 4 days a week, paying for transportation and hotels and this and that. You're on the road 1 day a week. You're wrestling maybe twice a month." To previous eras or in their view, lower composition or compensation. Yeah, I was trying to get it right, man. And this is, we want to pay you less because you're doing less now. That is their mindset. That's their perspective there. So this adds context to what's already been reported by the situation. Some wrestlers have accepted those terms and stayed, while others like Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods rejected new deals outright and chose to leave instead. Yeah, this was definitely a TKO decision, no question about it. It also lines up with earlier comments noted that WWE is reassessing talent value based on current positioning rather than past expectations, meaning some contracts signed during peak periods are now being reevaluated under a different lens. What makes this situation stand out is the scale and direction. This isn't just a few isolated. Reno, it's not really a few isolated Reno negotiations. It's not a renegotiations. It's a broader shift in how WWE structures deals under TKO, with the exception that more talent will be approached moving forward. Bottom line, WWE isn't hiding the reasoning. They're tying pay directly to work, to basically workload, and that is already reshaping the roster, one contract at a time. So my goal is, do you think this approach makes sense, or does it risk pushing talent away at the wrong time? And this watch on gets processed. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on NXT season 19 or season 20. Excuse me. I don't watch it 19. Season 20, episode 8. Of course, don't forget NXT season 20, episode 19 is next Tuesday night. I gotta get off here because I gotta eat. I ain't been eating no dinner yet. Oh, get ready to tweet out my thoughts on the show tonight. WWE talent is frustrated because new deals quickly devalued in mid cuts. I saw news on that. The contract strategically facing backlash as talent confidence drops. I seen something about that 8 hours ago. And then WWE asked talent to take massive pay cuts as part of billings and payroll reductions. Some bullshit, man. Oh, and at first, I thought I was right about Evil's name. Well, it turns out I was wrong. So here's the name after NXT. So in Japan was kept intentionally on digital content, with WWE avoiding calling him evil outright. That led to questions about what his new identity would be. An update was given. According to Fightful, Evil was currently listed internally under his real name, Takaki Watanabe. Takaki Watanabe. That was his real name. That was under his real name. That's not expected to stick. He filed a warrant on April 28th for the name Knox Regime. And that name is reportedly intended for him moving forward. But I saw a tweet that showed Naraka. It's not Knox Rajin anymore. he's going to debut as Naraku. That's what he's going. That's what name he's going by when he debuts on NXT next week. Well, folks, I'm getting off here, man. That's pretty much all the important news I have. When the watch along gets processed and posted, you guys can turn on the closed caption thing, you know, auto translate to the language that you normally speak. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me tonight, man. I mean, I know some of y'all couldn't make it to the stream. Don't worry, the watch along will be on the channel for y'all to listen. You know, listen to the commentary reactions, going over the overall thoughts and grade on NXT season 20, episode 18, the ups and downs, and setting the record straight on what they need to do going into NXT next Tuesday night. Match card for NXT. You got Kendall Gray versus Kaylani Jordan. Noam Dar versus Jackson Drake with Vanity Project. Naraku debut and Birthright versus Tate Wilder, Shawn Legacy, and EK Prosper. So don't forget to catch the watch along next Tuesday night on Restream and YouTube. And I'll see y'all next Tuesday night. Take care. And I will also see y'all tomorrow night for Evolve. Good night.